Welcome to The Voice. It is your voice. This is Jamal Hassan, security analyst. I'm here in Washington Hilton with advocate AKM Saiful Islam. Advocate Saiful Islam was a former prosecutor of war crime trial in Bangladesh. Advocate Islam and myself, we have already covered one important seminar. Advocate Islam, you remember?
Yes.
I think it started at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
The title of it was Crimes Against Humanity, Upholding Sacred Rights Through Legal Tools for Justice and Accountability.
All right.
Did you find anything relevant to your experience as a prosecutor, former prosecutor?
Very much. Thank you so much, Mr. Jamal Hassan. And this is The Voice. So we from this morning, we attended this seminar with a very good number of intellectuals on the podium. The subject matter that they discussed about the tools, that means the legal loopholes they wanted to bring up through this seminar that still need to be mending and correcting in between the local law and the international law, that which we always found a stigma, whether any international graded crime can be tried under local jurisdiction or not. If it is so, then what type of law should be followed? So there are two streams of laws, which is domestic criminologies or domestic criminal penal code, and also domestic criminal procedure code. And contrary to that, the international crimes are covered under certain international norms and standards of rules and procedure, which is directly matches with the or collaborates with the provisions and styles and jurisprudence of international crime, which is taken care of by The Hague in International Crimes Tribunal there under Rome Statute. And the Rome Statute and the local criminal procedure code or local penal code and the Evidence Act is not the same. So that's the thing that a lot of countries, they have a challenge in bringing the perpetrators under their local laws. And since they are incapable of, in certain cases, to try those perpetrators under the local jurisdiction or local under the local laws, criminal laws, they always find difficulties to go to the international forum. So there is a stigma in getting into the international forum, such as, say, like if a country is able to do those type of adjudication, creating a tribunal, which is called special tribunal under the Special Act, which in case of, I can give the example from Bangladesh, as Bangladesh has the act that promulgated in 1973, which is titled as the International Crimes Tribunal Act 1973, which is untouched for a long time, like 40 years. So they were able to, but you see that at the same time in Cambodia or the other country, few countries that they could do with the help of youth, but they didn't have their law promulgated long time before in their land for those violations that happened into their land. So today in the seminar, actually, the group that out of the discussion came how to make the closure of those gaps in between the local laws and the international laws.
In this case, sorry to interrupt, in this case, U.S. Department of Justice role, you might recall, regarding the Second World War arbitrators,
Nuremberg
crimes
trial.
against humanity, talking about Demianuk and few others. And you probably remember that some of the perpetrators were American citizens and they were denaturalized and they were sent back to the country where they committed the crimes, like in, I think Demianuk was sent to Germany. So in particularly those cases, in the Second World War criminals, do you think this Rome Statute played a role, or it is beyond that? It is American jurisdiction,
right.
like for example, congressional, what I call it, approval, and all these are needed.
Right. As America is not signatories, of the Rome Statute, all state parties. Provision, right?
So in this Second World War case, I want to bring it
right,
again.
right.
Yeah.
Second World War case. See, the Rome Statute was brought up at 2000, right? But the Nuremberg trial was far behind the Second World War, and those are absconding from that trial. And after a long time, they were found in different cities of America. So when they found it, there's in the Department of Justice, they have a special branch that taking care of those special crime, and in the name of special crime, all those war crime criminals and crime against humanity criminals and all this stuff.
I understand. So you are basically saying that it's
apprehended
outside the periphery of Rome Statute,
yes.
rather it's a continuation of
Nuremberg trial.
Okay, I'm going back to the other subject also. There were some speakers that talked about Myanmar, which touched upon the Rohingya issue in
Yes.
Bangladesh, and Baha'i persecution in Iran. Which of the speakers touched your heart? May I know?
The speaker from Myanmar, that young lady, I think her name is Yang. Her submission or her expressions, she touched with Bangladeshi Rohingya groups and all this stuff. She touched, and when after the meeting, when I approached and we talked 101, what I found is she didn't have that much time to elaborate through those other details regarding the Myanmar and Rohingya, and which is in Bangladesh, like the then Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina gave the space for those refugees. Close to nowadays, at this point, that is close to 100,000, that means 1 million, right? So she expressed one thing, that we have been working with these camp refugees in Rohingya, and they are very much thankful to that government of Bangladesh, headed by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, for being very generous and making their shelters, making their housing arrangement, whatever possible they did. They got it.
And we also know that Bangladesh government was very much generous, and if you compare the situation in Pakistan-Afghanistan border, and you saw that probably Pakistan has recently expelled hundreds of thousands of Afghan refugees, but Bangladesh hasn't done so. So, in a sense, the past government of Awami League in Bangladesh was very generous to the refugees from Myanmar.
Yes, she added one more thing, that like now after 5th August of 2024, what is happening is like current government elements, the current like those advisors groups, their supported elements are trying to create disturbance in there, and then they are picking up those young people and trying to make them work for them, and also they are going to find out the Christian and other religion people and punish them, or they are just trying to torture them.
I saw also that you met some of the attorneys who are dealing with the war crimes or international crime tribunal, sort of. Did you find something productive in your dialogues with those lawyers who are very much involved in this matter?
Thanks for, it's a very good question that you did. Thanks. It really touches my core connections with the subject matter. And from talking to that lawyer, what I found is everybody is in a different places but facing the same problem. It's a kind of like the difference, as I say it, like the difference between and the gap between the local criminal acts and international grades of criminal jurisprudence to how a local government really can apprehend those criminals, which is subjugated under the International Criminal Act.
Did you bring the subject of the fugitive Bangladeshi war criminal
yes.
who was convicted of mass murder? And
Right, basically.
did you bring that subject also?
Yeah, I talked about that. Like, if we have that gaps minimized within the local and the other laws, that might benefit us apprehending those absconded, criminals, which is Ashrafuzzaman Khan currently in USA. That subject matter was discussed.
Right. It was I think it's quite mind-boggling experience for both of us.
Yes.
And it was nice even seeing you in the seminar. Looks like you were in the right place in the right time.
Thank you so much.
So nice talking to Advocate AKM Saiful Islam, and it was also very great experience for me. So this is Jamal Hassan. We'll see you again. Thanks.